You're listening to the Natalie Parker Studio Podcast, episode number 20. In today's episode, we're discussing how to be a confident artist. I love this topic, so let's jump right on in. Welcome to the Natalie Parker Studio Podcast, the podcast for women artists who are ready to pursue their creative dreams so that they can thrive both in life and in business. I'm your host, Natalie Parker, artist and mentor to women creatives around the globe. In this podcast, I'll share with you the strategies, principles, and mindset that you need to build a purposeful and fulfilling creative business. If you're ready to be inspired, encouraged, and equipped to build the art business of your dreams, then you're absolutely in the right place. Let's dive into today's episode. Well, hey there artists, and welcome to the show. Look, if I could bottle up confidence and sell it, I would be one super duper wealthy woman right now. Honestly, at times I really wish I could. Now, I've taught thousands of students on and offline, various ages, male, female, adult, child, and something I've come to discover is that when it comes to art and confidence, they don't always go hand in hand. In fact, often the most talented students that I've worked with seem to be the ones who lack confidence in themselves and their work the most. So why is it important for you to feel confident about your work and yourself as an artist? What the heck even is confidence? And how do you get it, or where do you buy it from? These are some of the questions I want to unpack with you today. Because in order to move forward in your creative path, you need to feel confident about your work. Because if you don't, you won't share it, you will hold back from trying new techniques in your studio, you'll talk poorly about your work, and you won't make any sales because you don't see the value in you and your work. So let's start off with what is confidence. Confidence means feeling sure of yourself and your abilities, not in an arrogant way, but in a realistic, secure way. Confidence isn't about feeling superior to others. It's a quiet inner knowledge that you are capable. So, how do you build your confidence? Well, that's a fantastic question that I'm going to talk to today. Here's 4 things to focus on that will build your confidence so that you can feel secure about yourself and your creative abilities. So that why? So that you can share your work boldly and grow in your creative practice. That is what I want for you. Okay, the first way to build your confidence is that confidence, it comes from competence. And what do I mean? I mean, the more that you do something, you practice, you learn, you refine, you improve a certain skill, the more competent or capable you become in doing that particular skill. Okay, so say for example, say you're wanting to improve how you blend your paints on your canvas. Now I have a the cubism unit inside the Confident Brush, where there's a lot of very small areas in the painting, and the students had to blend each tiny section from dark to light. This was a great way of them reinforcing their blending skills. Because when you first start blending, it's going to be a little bit tricky, right? You're kind of working out how much paint do I use? Do I need to add some medium to my acrylics? How much water? What brush is going to work best? Do I need a flat, a round, what size? Why is the hair on this brush got all these little bits going somewhere that's messing everything up? Some of your lines might look hazy. It can be a little bit messy when you're practicing, okay? Because you're getting used to how to work your tools. Now, once you've practiced your blending more, those colors, they're going to blend beautifully. They're going to look like butter. Okay, you're going to have a beautiful gradient from dark to light. You're going to get those nice crisp lines where you want them. It's almost going to be like second nature, all right, and like riding a bike. So that confidence in your abilities, in your artwork, in your technical skills, it comes from competence. And the way you get competence is by practicing those skills over and over. The second way that you can build confidence as an artist is to set boundaries on what you watch and the content you consume. So how does setting boundaries have anything to do with confidence? It's very simple. Tell me this, okay? Think about this. After spending a chunk of time on social media, scrolling through, looking at what everyone else is doing, how do you feel? Do you feel less than? Do you feel like you're behind? Do you feel like your work's not good enough? Or do you feel inspired? Or do you feel encouraged? It can go either way. But when your confidence is low, when you're learning new skills, and you're spending a lot of time looking at someone who's at chapter 20 and you're in chapter 2, it's really going to do a number on your confidence. So do yourself a favor and protect yourself, okay? Watch what you consume. Also set some boundaries with who you share your art and your art journey with. When you're a newer artist and you're super duper excited and passionate, or you may be stepping out and moving into your art business for the first time, you're at your highest level of motivation. It's fresh, it's new, you're eager, you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, but you're also at your most vulnerable. It's kind of like just birthing a baby, all right? You've got this beautiful thing there that you need to protect and look after. Not everyone gets art, guys, or not everyone's going to get your new passion for the arts. Heck, even some of my family has only just come around to realizing that this is not a hobby, despite the fact I've been a working artist for the last 3 years. So keep yourself, keep your art and your vision, your passion, and only share it with those who you know will support you. Okay? If there's no one that's supporting you right now, we've got a fantastic community, which I'll talk to you about, that will support you. Now, a little hint. When you're thinking about who to share it with, often it's people who are also chasing big dreams in life that you want to share it with, because they're going to be dream chasers too. They're going to be positive people. Those are some fantastic people to share with. So on that, the third way to build your confidence is to get into the right environment. Surround yourself with people and an art community that will support you and your growth as an artist. And if you're looking for the best one around, the Confident Brush is where it's at, all right? You become the sum of the 5 people who you are closest to. So take stock of who you're hanging out with. Are these confident people? Are they stepping out? Are they pursuing their goals too? Or are they negative Nellies? Are they average? Are they happy with a safe and comfortable life? Find who you want to be like and get in that room. Do not be the smartest person in the room. You will rise to the level of the associations that you hang with. Okay, so rising tides raise all ships. Okay, so you think of ships in a harbor, tide comes along, right? All of those ships rise. This simply means that when you're in a group, in a community, and someone is doing well, the tide is rising, you're all going to go up with that. So celebrate each other's success and find people who celebrate you. The fourth way to build your confidence as an artist is to speak positively about yourself and your work. Okay, no one's voice do you take more notice of than your own and your own internal dialogue. We have this mind chatter, right, that goes on all the time. Look, we also make bad art at times, but try and look for the good in what you do. Be a glass half full kind of person. Speak positively about the learning process. Speak positively about you and your work. People are attracted to positivity. No one wants to hang out with a negative Nelly, all right? The more value you see in you and your work, the more value people will see in it. Now, if you need to go and write some positive affirmations, do it, all right? Put those post-it notes up around home on your mirror. Create your own meditation, whatever works for you. Now, I give all my art business students a list of positive affirmations because I know that the one thing that can hold them back from their success is their mindset. It is your biggest asset. Work on it and you will reap the benefits. So the 4 ways to build your confidence as an artist. Number 1 is that confidence comes from competence. Take the time to practice those skills. The more experience, the more practice, the more refine you have with those skills, the more confidence you're going to have in creating the work that you want. And number 2 is to set boundaries on what you watch and who you share your dream with. Number 3 is to get into that right environment. Get in the room of dreamers, get in the room of people who are going to support you. And number 4 is to speak positively about you and your work. Here's the thing with confidence. Having confidence in your artwork, like I mentioned before, it comes from having competence in your abilities. The question is, how do you get there? This only comes from learning skills, from practicing them and mastering them. It takes time. This is why I started the Confident Brush. I saw a huge need for skills-based training combined with that mindset training that I just talked about to support artists to develop their confidence. All right, that's hence why I called it the Confident Brush. So if you're looking to improve your work and to master your style, the best way to do this is through developing your skills and also developing your mindset. Riddle me this, guys. Have you ever had a vision in your mind of what you want your work to look like, only to go to the canvas, make a start, and it just doesn't come together? Okay, you get frustrated because you can't mix the colors you want, your paints are drying too fast, some paint might crack and lift, your lines are sharp. It's simply because you haven't learned or mastered the techniques yet. Now, you're an artist. That is great. That means that you have those images in your mind. They're there for a purpose. You're visual. All that you need to do is to learn the techniques to support that image that you have in your mind, so that the relationship between the image in your mind of what you want to create to what actually comes out starts to improve. Now, often artists come to me and they tell me, look, now I can't find my style. A lot of it has to do with this. They know what they want to communicate visually. They just don't know how to do it, or they haven't yet developed the technical skills to do so. So if you're ready to develop your techniques so that you can master your style and share your work with confidence, come on over and join us inside the Confident Brush today. We have just open enrollments. We are open for 4 days until this Thursday, the 24th. I would love to see you there. Well, that is a wrap for today's episode. If you've loved this episode, would you do me a favor? Go on over to IG, tag me in at Natalie Parker Studio so I can share it and I can connect with you over there. I'll be back next Monday for another fab episode to inspire, to encourage, and to equip you to build the art business of your dreams. I'll see you then.